Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. That's really loud for you. Sorry, let's turn that down a little bit. This is Mike Wick, Common Guy Sports, back here for day 2 of the New Jersey Swimming 10 and Under Gold Championships. Hopefully everybody can see and hear me. If somebody could put a comment or a thumbs up on your stream just to confirm everything looks and sounds okay. Best of luck, everyone. I agree with that. And good morning to Zach joining us. It is 10 a.m. on the clock. We're slated with a 10:10 start. So we have a few minutes to kind of get settled in. I had a couple things I tried to improve from yesterday. If somebody could help me out. Yesterday, the audio had a lot of clipping. So when I pick up all the sound in the building, it seemed to clip out. So hopefully somebody, if you could, let me know the audio looks or the audio sounds okay and your picture quality looks okay. I am streaming this in what's in high def. So it's 1080p is the YouTube setting. So you should be able to watch this on a rather large TV and see decent quality. If you are on your phone or tablet and you're doing data, you don't need to go to that higher bandwidth. It'll consume more bandwidth, I should say. I'm trying to clean up a couple things, and then we'll get started. All the information that you need or to kind of assist in the viewing is available in Meet Mobile. So if you download that app, let me do that real quick, kind of give you a view. So this is just a view of my phone. So you see it on the top left, this app, Meet Mobile. All right, you'll download that. And when you open it, you don't need to subscribe for the results for today. What you want to do is go to the home, find your swimmers, cancel. Where are we going? How do we get back to the top? Oh, here we are. So we're on Meets. You want to search for this top one, NJS 10 and Under. And then when you tap into that, go to events, and we are on the Sunday session. So you go in here, you'll see the events for today. We are starting with event 17. Now, the interesting thing, this was originally supposed to be run as a girls and boys session separately. So you'll see from this listing, the numbers aren't in sequential order. Well, they're gradually growing. They're just not sequential. So well, then I have the girls at 17, the boys at 23. Then we're going to do the 500s. All right. So it's a little, might be a little hard to handle. It's more challenging for all of the timers and the people managing the meet. And hopefully I don't confuse you. So that is the order of events. I will get that on your screen shortly. So yesterday, if you were not with us, there was a procession at the beginning. All the teams walked out. I don't think that's happening today. All right, thank you, Melanie. Appreciate the update. All right, so in Meet Mobile, you go through, and then if you tap on a given event, you'll see the top one is a 200-yard freestyle relay, and then it's broken out into heats. All right, so the order, the order is an event, and then it's broken out into heats. And the way the heats are set up, the software takes the 8 fastest times, puts them in the last heat, and it works backwards. So when you don't have a full, like heat 1 here is only lanes 2 through 6, that is just a math problem, right? And when you divide something by 8, you then have remainders. All right, we'll have scenarios when we only have 3 swimmers in the first heat, and you might have not the full complement 8 in the next heat, and that's because you don't want to put a race out there, a heat with less than 3 swimmers. And in this case, it'd be 3 teams for the relays. All right, just real quick, when we get into the 500s, you'll see that these are individual names. All right, so on top of your screen at home on that orange text, that is text that I put on the screen as a convenience. So that is, in a sense, the swimmers on deck. So if you think of a baseball terminology, they're on deck. in the on deck circle. In this case, you'll see them behind the blocks on the right-hand side. All right. When I start a particular right before a race, what I'll do is another convenience on the screen, I will overlay names and logos. Now, these need to be a little updated based on where the camera is. All right. So this logo and white text I'll put on the screen. Hopefully that helps you visually line up your swimmer and the particular lane they're in. All right, so all the Jersey Aquatics folks have that little better graphic that I do not tie into the timing system. Just as an explanation, as a little more information, you know, I'm independent of where I do the live streaming. So Jersey Aquatic, they tie in, they use software, it does a nicer job. It'll show you the finish and so on. I'm trying to replicate that, but on my own, because again, I don't tie in because should there be any issues, I prefer to, you know, trade off the production for any issues with the timing system. All right. So if anybody was curious about that, I get that question all the time. All right. So I do that as a convenience. I'll shut that off at the start. We're swimming a 25-yard short course. All the starts are on the right side. There's only timing pads on the right side. So all the splits on the scoreboard will be 50s from down and back, 2 lengths or 1 lap. So after the start, as I said, I'll shut those off. I'll go to a mid-pool camera. All right, so this is zoomed out intentionally. So the event like the 500, we're obviously, well, maybe not obviously, you know, swimmers are very talented here, so we won't have a lot of separation. But when we do have separation, this camera gives them the ability to see that. And then I'll go to a left-hand camera down here. All right, this is the turn end or the far end. I'll use those kind of terminologies referring to this. All right, we'll see the swimmers. Lane 1, top of your screen. Lane 8, closest to us. All right, and then there's that short gutter between the wall. A couple other things, depending on the race, I do have a moving camera. I might go to this if the situation kind of warrants it. All right, the protocol is the last heat, which will be the 8 fastest swimmers for a particular event. They will be announced. They will start at the top of the screen. Lane 1 will be here. It'll go lane 1, 2, 3. They'll skip 4 because lane 4 is the fastest seed time, so they want to recognize that swimmer. Then they'll go 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll try and do that. And then I'll switch to a different camera zooming in on lane 4. So you see the 4 right under the platform there. So that swimmer will be recognized. And what I hopefully will do, will pop up the name. So Jordan Hong was the swimmer last night with the fastest time. So hopefully that gives you a good viewing experience. Again, the chat's open. Please, questions or comments. All right, pleasure. It is a pleasure and a privilege to cover this. So thank you to Madison Y and New Jersey Swim bringing me in. Full disclosure, I am being compensated. My kids have swam in the past, swam at Madison, swam at Summit. At that time, I did it as a volunteer. Over time, I've added equipment, so I need to justify that, and the Y requires insurance, so there is some cost for that. All right, so at the start, we'll go here. I will pop up the team names, in this case, for the relays. All right, let me straighten that out just a little bit. Oh, shucks. All right, folks, I'm going to need 1 minute. Shucks. I just realized something. This isn't going to work. All right. Sorry, folks. All right, so what I'll be able to do for the time being is display it like this. All right, we're starting, again, today we're starting event 17, girls 10 and under, 200 yards freestyle relay. You see the teams as they line up. Lane 2, Ocean County. Lane 3, Jersey Flyers. All right, this is a 200-yard freestyle relay. Each swimmer swimming a 50. Unfortunately, the scoreboard is not on. All right, so the top left of your screen, I will keep the scoreboard on the whole time. Unfortunately, it's not on in-house here, so this is event 17, heat 1 of 3. Second swimmers entering. So in that first one, we had Charlie, Elisa, Chloe, Taryn, and Anastasia. Now in the pool, we have Renee, Elena, Anastasia, Autumn, and Azra. That is lanes 2 through 6. All right, we're back at the start. Third swimmers entering. Third swimmers, we have Olive, Isabella, Elena, Riley, and Lily. And I apologize, folks, just trying to work through something here. All right, the girls are at the far end. All right, now on the top right of your screen are the entries for heat 2. Heat 2 of 3 up next. All right, final swimmers entering: Quinn, Arabella, Pravasi, Charlotte, and Zoe. That is lane 4. That's your Scarlet C, first to turn. All right, first to the wall. So the structure of this meet is a timed final. So there is not a preliminary and then finals. All swimmers were just swimming their particular event once, and then that'll represent the time, and then ultimately factors into the top 8 teams getting awards at the end. All right, this is heat 2. You see the names. Lane 1, top of your screen. Lane 8 at the bottom. And then that is, you'll see the letters in there. That's the designation. A being the fastest team represented for each club. B, C, and D, potentially. And then the seed times. And that seed time is used to group teams and swimmers together with like times. Okay. All right, again, the scoreboard on the top left of your screen, that's the view in-house. It is not displaying any information. So I apologize about that. It's a little out of my control, so. All right. This is heat 2 of 3 of the relays. I'll get to the names top right in a... All right, next swimmer's entering at the start end. All right, top right of your screen, folks, are the names for the next heat, which will be the final heat. All right, first to the wall, that was lane 6, Star Aquatics. All right, here we go with heat 3 of 3. Names are getting updated now. Lane 1, Excel. 2, Jersey Aquatic. 3, Metro. 4, Excel A. Excel B is in 1. Lane 4, as I said, Excel A. Low seat time, 1:59.
In lane 1, the B team from Excel Swimming.
All right.
Lane 2, Jersey Aquatic Center.
Now they're in.
Lane 3, Lifetime. Lane 5, Scarlet Aquatics. Lane 6, Rebel Aquatics. Lane 7, Princeton Tigers. Lane 8, Whitewaters. And the top seat in lane 4, the A team from Excel Swimming. It's the referee.
This is our low seat time here, Excel, 1:59.15. Going out on lane 4, Black Caps. Top right are the first heat for the boys. All right. In the pool is Valentina, Ellie, Chloe, Emma. Sorry, I'm not going to have time to get through all the names. Second swimmers entering lead team there, lane 5. Lane 5 leading. That is the Scarlet A team made of Hava, Anika, Yahan, and Jamie. Following them in lane 4 is the Excel team, Emma, Ella, Zeno, and Alicia Ben. We saw her yesterday having a great meet. And again, I apologize, a little frantic getting started here. We'll settle in, and I imagine they're trying to diagnose what's going on with the scoreboard. Again, that's what the view is in-house with the scoreboard. Again, this is lane 5, followed by 4. Final swimmers entering. Lane 5, Scarlet. Lane 4, Excel. Lane 3, Metro A. Here they are, final 25 on this turn at the far end. Final heat here. Big makeup there for lane 4, but lane 5's gonna hold it off and go low. 5, Scarlet A. That was Alicia Ben coming home. Be great to see what that split is. She made up a lot of room in lane 4, but lane 5 held it off. So congrats to Scarlet A. All right, next heat is going to be the first for the boys. Here's the lane assignments. Top right of your screen are the entries for heat 2 for the boys. I guess we're picking up some equipment. Here we go. All right, 3 groups here, and they're off. Again, top right are your heat 2 of 3 teams. In the pool, Scarlet C is in lane 3. Cougar Aquatic A is in lane 4. And Metro C is in lane 5. Here we come with the second swimmers entering. Again, this is heat 2 of 3 of event. I'm sorry, this is heat 1 of 3 of event 23. Again, scoreboard in-house is not operating, so talk you through it. What's going on? Sorry, folks. I didn't know we lost video there a second. Things are falling apart here. Sorry, folks. This is wacky. All right, I'm having some computer issues, independent of the whole scoreboard issue. All right, hold on. We're trying to work through this, folks. We'll be right back on the air. You don't want to see me. Why is this? All right, folks, sorry about this. We'll be trying to rectify this in 1 second. All right, we're starting with heat 2. All right, we'll see if we can go like this. I apologize. Real quick, let me just pop up the names. Oh, that's not going to work. These are the teams in the pool for our heat 2. Top right of your screen are the entries for heat 3. All right, close race here. That is lanes 5 and 4, 6 and 5. Jeez. All right, again, lane 8 closest to us. So now lane 5's leading closely behind is 6 and 4. 5 is Jersey Race Club A. This is heat 2 of 3. All right, lane 4 put themselves back in the mix. 6 had a great start. Lane 4 is the Princeton Tigers A team. Lane 5, Jersey Race A. Lane 6, falling off a little, is Madison A. Looks like lane 5's going low, Jersey Race Club. That was heat 2 of 3. Again, the names top right are the teams coming up for our final heat. And here's their lane assignments.
Now swimming the top heat of the silver trio, lane 1 is Flyers, lane 2 Star Aquatics, lane 3 Scarlet Aquatics, lane 5 Jersey Aquatics, lane 6 Metro Lifetime, lane 7 Rebel, lane 8 Petty Aquatics, and our top seed.
All right, here's our low seed is Excel, lane 4, 156.32. This is going to be the final relay, heat 3 of 3 of event 23. Next up is a 500-yard freestyle for the girls, event number 2. I will get those names for you on the top right of your screen. That is our lane 4 team, Excel, made up of Leo, Alex, Manning, and Francis. Followed closely by lane 5, Jersey Aquatic, Kyle Kim, Krill, Chris Kim, and Ian Chow. Again, lane 1, top of your screen, lane 8 at the bottom. Lane 1 having a great start here at the front half. That's Jersey Flyers A. Ken Lee, Jordan Hong, Jaden Zhao, and Leo Medic. Keep an eye up there, lane 1. Lane 5 leads, that is Jersey Aquatic A, followed by Excel in 4. Slight lead, here's our exchange. We're going to jump down to the far end now that all the teams, you can see the final 25 here on this turn. We're close, coming home. Lane 4 is going to take it low, Excel. That should be Francis Lee on that final leg. Nice swimming, guys. So that's going to wrap up our relays. We will get an announcement of the times, but it will also be posted in Meet Mobile. So we're moving on to event number 2, girls 500 freestyle.
Well, we'll be a 10-minute break now. The first event up after the break is the 500 free.
Again, scoreboard on the top left. That's what it looks like in-house, if anybody's... All right. So we're going with the 500 free next. Here's our swimmers with their team association. All right, the officials are out talking. I don't know if we're going to have a short break or not. Typically yesterday what it was, swam a couple and then they went back and did awards after everything was finalized. And we take a look, we see a couple swimmers behind the blocks here. Should have 3 swimmers in this first heat, or 4 swimmers, pardon me. Gianna, Nina, Milana, and Savannah. Deck to spectator communication going on. All right, I'm going to step out for a second. I'm going to just put you on a wide screen. Again, the names on the top right are the girls going to enter. 500 free is 20 lengths of the pool. All right, 25 yards, time 20 gives you your 500. There are counters down at the left side. I'll explain that more when I get back. All right, folks, I'm back. So this is the standard in-between break. There is activity to get the scoreboard rectified, but they're not holding up. So for this Sunday, 10:37 was the slated start time for this event. It is 10:33. If you look across the pool, that digital clock. So all right, I'll go back and check. Sorry, I've been ignoring any comments that are out there, if there are. Again, so today's session started with event 17, which was the girls, and then 23, which was the boys, 10 and under, 200-yard freestyle relay. We've just completed that. At any point, you can go back and watch that and then catch up, or you can watch that tonight. We're going on to event 2, girls, 10 and under, 500-yard freestyle. All this information is in Meet Mobile. If you download the app, you do not need to subscribe. And then you just search for NJS Gold and make sure you're loading the 2026. All right, top right of your screen are the names. Again, those are the swimmers that are going to be entering. So I've changed that. So you'll see it has the team abbreviations up there. So MB, Monmouth Barracudas, PAA is Petty, CAT, Cougar Aquatic. So hopefully everybody understands their own teams, because the reason being, and hopefully this works, when we go back here, if I turn this, yeah, then we get the logos in addition. So some of those logos could use updating. I'm trying to work with the coaches to get all that. I will be covering next weekend older kid New Jersey Golds from Rutgers. So if you are affiliated with any of those teams like Petty and can get me a better logo, please shoot it via email, commonguysportsnj@gmail.com, and I'll get that incorporated. All right. Always open for comments, feedback, areas of improvement. Again, you can post it in the comments. I would always go back and reread the comments. You can shoot us an email, commonguysportsnj@gmail.com. Or if you prefer, feed it through one of the coaches. It'll make it to me, and hopefully build a better experience for you. And then ultimately, if any of the kids go home tonight and rewatch this, maybe it's a learning tool for them too. So hopefully we're through our issues here with the video. Again, I joked with the guys in the office. I said, I'm blaming them for the scoreboard, but I'm not. I'm just, trying to separate. I had my own issues. And I don't know if it was just I run a Windows machine. It just seems to work better for this. I am trying to cut over to Mac only because that's where I'm investing the new equipment, but still had issues. So I'm running Windows, and that's what runs the timing system. And I had some issues, and I don't know if it was related to updates or not. They're running through updates downstairs trying to get the scoreboard working. So keep our fingers crossed, and hopefully the gremlins are behind us. Trust me, operating electronic equipment inside a pool area does have its challenges. All right. Bottom right of your screen, the white text that's scrolling, that is the events for today, our menu. So again, we started with events 17 and 23. Again, the numbers aren't sequential because initially this was supposed to be a girls' session independent of the boys. They were combined. Okay. So it is 10:37 now. We will assume we're getting started shortly. Again, there was some breaks included, being that there was a relay. Here we go. And then individual events. So this is, gotta go here. Event 18, 10 and under. I'm sorry, no, it's not. It's the 500. Event 2. Here's our swimmers, Gianna, Nina, Milana, and Savannah. Again, we're swimming 20 lengths of the pool down this far end. If you're not familiar, there's going to be teammates or coaches putting a placard in. You see ones going in. That is indicating that is their one length complete. They will count all the way up to 18. I'm sorry. Odd numbers always on the left side. They'll count up to 19, and we won't see 19s at that point. You'll see a red block indicating that's the final turn for the swimmer. All right. Some Europeans do count down. So if you'd ever see that, that is, I think Australian started that and trying to manage the screaming. All right, so we'll see threes down there for all the swimmers, indicating 75 yards complete. So without the scoreboard, and timing system, I don't know if we're going to get full splits on this. We will get completed times. Behind the blocks, there are timers, and there should be 2, and each one has a stopwatch. So a means of kind of verifying. Excuse me. The times. So that is Nina in 4 leading, followed by Gianna in lane 3. 1 and 2 is empty. 7 and 8 are empty. So this is, top of your screen will be Gianna. Closest to us is Nina. Again, you see the full names top right and their seed times. We'll take a look here. This is Milana and Savannah. All right, scoreboard's booting up. All right, now that this is underway, I'm going to update the names on the top right with the entries for Heat 2. Now you should see that on the top right. We have 8 swimmers in that Heat 2. All right, so with the smaller field, we'll do a little isolation here. This is lane 3 and 4. Towards the right in this view is Gianna, to the left, Nina. So 9 lanes complete. Next time they return to the right-hand wall, they'll be at 250 yards, or the halfway mark of the 20 lengths. In a second, I'll jump down to Milana and Savannah. So on the top left, that is our view of the scoreboard. It's just still going through its initialization process, as you can see here. That's what it looks like in the house. I keep that on the whole time on the top left. Hopefully we're back up and running so you can monitor splits and so on. All right, this is Milana turning in lane 5, followed by Savannah in 6. That is their 250 wall right there. So with a little separation, we're going to see lead 2 swimmers seeing 13 of 20 at this far wall. That is Nina in 4, first to turn, and then Gianna in 3. As we stay down this end, we'll see second 2 swimmers in this heat. This is Milana coming up to the wall, seeing 13. And then Savannah. Sorry, a little off there. So 15's last time. This will be 16 400s. All right, so scoreboard back up and running is showing splits there. So it was purely a display issue than a time recording issue. And I'm just looking off screen into Meet Mobile on my phone. And that is showing showing results for that 200-yard freestyle relay that started. So times came through. Top team there on the girls was Scarlet A, a 155. And on the boys' side, Excel A. Oh, fell lap here. 50 to go. That is Nina in lane 4. So the times are accurate on the board. The only thing that's not accurate is just the names. And that's independent of the times being displayed. That's purely a display factor. So that was an old, it just got updated. Look at that. Nice job, guys, in the office. All right, we have a finished turn here, 25 to go. As you saw the red squares. This is Nina from Petty coming home. Nina's dropping a ton of time. She came in on a 7:21. Nina's going sub 7? Yeah, 6:59. Nice job, Nina. All right, second finisher coming into the wall here is Gianna in 3. Gianna goes 7:09. She came in on a 7:24. That's a significant drop. All right, real quick, jump down here. You'll see red squares going down for Savannah in 6. And we have a finish here for lane 5, Milana. Milana goes right on her time, 7:24. Coming into frame here will be Savannah finishing. Savannah, pardon me. Here she comes. Savannah dropping time. She came in 7:48. She goes 7:44. Nice job, ladies. That was heat 1 of 2. Here we are with heat 2. All right, you see the names top right of your screen or the scoreboard.
Behind the box, storing your award, please step back so the swimmers can get their award. Thank you.
All right, now the announcement again. It's muffled in-house, and hopefully you can hear it maybe a little bit better. It said that the award winners for the previous, they requested them to go to the pool deck. There will be an announcement for the awards. That was the 50 turn. June in 4 was low split at that point. We'll give you the opposite view here. We could see placards going down. Everybody seeing a 3 at that far end. So now that this is underway, I'll get the update going on the top right for the final heat. Will be names announced prior to the start of that. So now that's announced. Low seed time there, Emma Zhang in the next heat. So we'll work through that in a second. But as we're underway here in heat 2 of 3, all the ladies seeing a 5. So the last split on that board was a 200. I'm sorry, 100. 4 lanes, pardon me. All right, we're going to do a little isolation so we have some time on this race with a 7-minute race. We're going to just walk down. I'll start up here, lane 1. This is Kayla from Rebel Aquatic. Lane 2 will be coming right to left here. This is Sabrina. Lane 3, Una and And then closest to us is June coming into frame with the black cap. That is our lead 2 swimmers. You'll see that on the board. The rightmost column on that scoreboard is the place. This is Collins in lane 5. Closest to us in the white cap is Charlie in 6. So lane 5 towards the top of your screen. And then we'll jump up to lane 7. This is Ray. So see swimmers seeing 9s. We'll be at 250 as we return. I'll get there shortly. And over here in lane 8 is Catherine from Scarlet. We'll get a little more time with Catherine. If we jump up to the leaders, again, this is a 250 turn. Lanes 4 and then 3. That's June and then Una. All right, let's get Catherine down here in lane 8 for a second. This will be also her 250. 10 lengths complete there. All right, we'll see 11s up here. All right, I see the comment about the scoreboard not displaying. I just confirmed on my end, it is in view. I do have even a little buffer there. So sometimes, depending on the type of device you're watching, especially TVs, they are not correctly at the correct config to show everything. So if somebody else could confirm that you can see the whole scoreboard, where you can see the event in heat and the lanes should be yellow text down the left-hand side. Somebody could confirm that, please. And then the person with the issue, if you could try it maybe on a computer or something different. If you are, I assume you're watching it on TV. If you can confirm that, that'll help me make additional suggestions. All right, looking down the far end, we're seeing a 15 go down for our lead swimmer, June, in 4. Again, we're swimming 20 lengths. So I believe our running order will go, we'll confirm with the board as we come through. The rightmost column on the scoreboard is the running order. That is displayed. Some places just display finish order. But here we are, June splitting 42 on that 50. She's first, followed, I believe, by Una in 3, yes. And then Sabrina in 2, very tight gap there between 3 and 2. And then Ray in 7, followed by Collins in 5. So we're seeing 17s for the lead swimmers at the far end. We'll have a bell lap here for June in 4. It'll be 18 lengths complete. 2 lengths to go, 50 yards to go for June as she returns here. There you see the official leaning over. The bell was only given for the lead swimmer. You'll see some international competitions where everybody gets a bell. So that is not the protocol here. Okay, we'll stay here. We'll see the rest of the swimmers turning. Everybody will have 50 to go on the right-hand wall. You'll see up here, June is seeing red squares. Final turn. Unfortunately, Una didn't see red squares, but I'm assuming she knows it. All right, we have a finish here for June in lane 4. Nice job. June goes 6:48. She came in on a 7:03. That's 15 seconds. High 7:03 to a mid 6:48. Nice job. Una in 3 goes sub 7. So does Sabrina in 2. Both came in 7:09s. Nice job. 7:00:58 for Ray. That's a nice 9.5 second, a 10-second drop. She came in 7:10:59. She goes 7:00:58. All right. So again, the names you see top right is the final heat. So they're going to do announcements starting up here in lane 1. So we're then, if you weren't with us yesterday, everybody collecting a cap, I think. There it is. Unfortunately, maybe.
The top heat of the girls 500 free in lane 1 from Scarlet Aquatics, Serena Liu. Lane 2 from Berkeley Aquatic Club, Lana Janela. Lane 3 from Scarlet, Paula Ferrari. Lane 5 from Whitewaters, Carly Khan. Lane 6 from Excel, Zeno, Iganui. Lane 7 from Excel, Ayana Popness. Lane 8 from Excel, Valentina Emilio, and our top seed in lane 4 from Excel Swimming, Amazon. We would like you to know her favorite ice cream flavor is mango. Mr. Referee.
All right. We kind of pulled that off. That's how we wanted it to work, so hopefully we can replicate that each time. Here we go, final heat. Ladies are in the pool. So hopefully you heard that announcement. Again, it comes through a little echoey here, the facility, just the way it's set up. But underway here, final heat for the ladies. You can see the seed times on the top right. If you want, real quick, take a look there. All the information is in Meet Mobile, but I put it on the screen, so if you were to rewatch this in the future, you have it on hand for the particular day. All right. So while they're started, let's do a little isolation. We'll start up here in Serena in lane 1. All right, this is Serena and Lana, lane 1 against the wall. Lana in 2. We'll jump down to 3 and 4. Further away is Hava, and then we have Emma Zhang closest to us in the black cap. Coming into frame is lane 5, Carly Hahn. This is lanes 3, 4, and 5. 5 closest to us. We'll pick up Zeno in 6. Sorry. I'm sorry, Zeno's up here. Sorry. So this is Zeno and Carly. Carly further away. And then we'll jump down to Ayana and Valentina in 7 and 8. 8 against the wall. That was 150 splits on the wall on the board. Swimmers are seeing 7 at the far end. Lead swimmer Emma Zhang in 4. This is a 200 split. So running order, lane 4, lane 3, lane 5, lane 6. You can see that rightmost column on that scoreboard. Swimmer seeing a 9 at the far end. We'll go wide, give you perspective. Lead swimmer, middle of the pool, going left to right, Emma Zhang in 4. Let me get the names updated now for the boys. Up next, there'll be 2 heats on the boys' side. This is Emma's 250 split there. Same for the 3 other swimmers turning there. Hava, Carly, and Zeno. We'll stay here for a second. We'll see the other swimmers coming into frame, catch their 250, and then we'll jump forward with our lead swimmer. She's actually coming into frame. This will be a 300 for lane 4, Emma. top right are the names for the boys. Heat 1 of 2 up next. Okay. C13 going down for Emma. Lane 1 and 2 saw 11s. So getting a little separation here on the field. This is 14 lanes complete for Emma in 4. Splitting 36s. We'll stay here for a second. Second, third, and fourth swimmer. Hava, Carly, and Zeno. All right, 15 for Emma at the far side. We'll be at 16, 400 yards. All right, lead swimmer in the sun there in lane 4, Emma. 400 yards split, 4:43 on the feet. As my idol, Kyle Sockwell, would say, on the feet. And the difference there is she was finishing with her hand out. She'd have a little better time, but as you're turning, you don't touch that pad.
If you park in the Madison Library parking lot, you need to move your car. You can park in our parking lot or in a commuter lot. You cannot park in those library.
All right, we have a bell lap here, lane 4. See the official off the right side. 50 to go, 5:19.04, splitting sub 36 for Emma. We'll swing back. We have 3 other swimmers with 50 to go here. Lanes 3, 5, and 6. Let's pick Emma up, seeing the red box. 25 to go at that point. We'll follow Emma home. Emma came in on a 5:54. She's under the flags. We're dropping on that. Nice job. 5:53.60. Nice swim, Emma. Second to the wall, Hava 6:04.59. She came in 6:13. Dropping time. Nice swim. 6:06s for Carly and Zeno. Respectively, Carly came in 6:12, Zeno 6:22. All right, nice job, ladies. I read through, I think, Valentina, I didn't get you in 5th place there. She goes 6:40. That's awesome. Sorry, Valentina. You came in 7:02. That's 20 seconds, and you're breaking the 7-minute mark. All right, here are the boys. First heat, all 8 lanes. Sorry, I was slow to get that on. I'm going to pop that up again. If anybody's at home making videos and you want that text, there you go. We're underway here with the boys. Heat 1 of 2. Elliot, Arun, Colin, Henry, Adam, Luke, Jameson, and Leonard. All right, I just got notified if anybody can hear me and you know that somebody is parking in the library parking lot. There's an event there and there's potentially cars that are going to be towed. So if you're watching this at home and you know somebody that's here, if you want to text them, I don't know. I think they made an announcement over the speakers here. I don't know how well it was heard. So I was asked to relay that. So, all right, the guys are underway. Let's do this real quick. All right, There's my little public service announcement. PSA, bottom center, do not park in the library parking lot. All right, back to swimming here. Lead swimmer there looks lane 3, Colin. We'll see as they come back. Swimmers, we're seeing 5s at the far end. This will be a 150 split. Running order here. Lane 3 is Colin, first to turn at 150, followed by Henry in 4, Adam in 5. All right, let's do a little walk down the lane here. Actually, let me update the names for you. Top right, we'll show you who's in the second heat, and then we'll look at individual swimmers. All right, top right of your screen, those are the names in the second heat. I'm going to do this in running order. So we have Colin. Sorry about the glare. This is Colin in 3. We'll stay with him for a second on his turn. Coming into frame, that's Henry in 4. And then just under them, lane 5 is Adam. While we're here, we'll jump up. We have Elliot in 1, Arjun in 2. All right, let's go to the wall for a 250 for our lead swimmers. 308 split, 309 split, 311 split. All right, back to lanes 1 and 2 real quick. This is Arjun in 2. Coming into frame, lane 1 is Elliot. We'll come down here. We'll pick up the top half of the pool. This is 8, 7, and 6. Closest to us, Leonard in the middle, Jameson, and then Luke. I'll pick, we got Adam for a little bit. We'll get a little more time with him in a second. So you'll see these swimmers are seeing 11s. The lead group on the right side seeing 12s or 300 yards complete for lanes 3, 4, and 5. So you'll see that. 61's not correct. And a blank. Okay, guys. Not sure about that, but. All right, lead group, I believe this is 400 for them. Again, I got. No, this is not 400. It's 350. Seeing 15s at the far end. Lead swimmers here, 3, 4, and 5 making their way down. $15 going in, a 31 going in, and nothing. All right, I believe we're at 400 here. Ideally for a commentator, swimmer swims 30 seconds. It's a 5-minute complete 500, but 10 seconds on. Yeah, I think that's, no, we'll double check down here. I'm sorry, I'm a little distracted with feet getting kicked in the pool and then 51 going down. 17 there, I think they will stick with that one. Should have a bell lap here for lane 3, Colin. Again, the names you see top right, we'll get those guys announced. That is heat 2 of 2, Leo Zong with the low seed, 539. All right, here's a bell coming in for lane 3, Colin, followed closely by lane 4, Henry. You can see Henry splitting a 39-4, 39-7 for Adam. All right, we'll go wide for a little bit. Pick up the field. All right, you saw 17 there, lane 7. We're seeing finish here. I don't think that's right. That's 17 that went down there for lane 4. Hopefully he's finishing here. I believe we're on a finish for lane 3, Colin. Lane 2's turning. This should be Colin's finish. He goes 7:27. Nice job. All right. 1, 2, 3 there. Colin, Henry, and Adam. We'll go wide. We'll pick, where are we going? All right, left side of your pool. These guys turning and finishing. 6, 7, and 8. 8 is Leonard, Jameson in 7, Luke in 6. Lane 2, Arjun, I believe, is finishing. No, we're turning. I think we're turning. Nope, finish, sorry. 7:03 for Arjun. All right, so the low time, 6:27 for Colin. Came in on a 6:40, nice drop. 6:28 for Henry. Came in on a 6:37, nice drop. And Adam with a 9 second, not 8.5 second drop there. Oh, we're ready announcing.
Clifton Seahawks, Mazar, Jackson, Lane 7, Berlin Artugas, David Browning, Lane 8 from Whitewater, Ted Lee, and Topsy from South Limit, Lee John, who wants to be a computer scientist when he grows up. Mr. Restoration.
That's Leo, our low seed, 5:39. That's an impressive time. You see the fastest previous heat was 6:27. Here's okay, underway. Real quick, we'll do the quick walk down, starting up in lane 1 with Danielle. All right, we have 1, 2, 3. We're going to kind of take them in groups here. So against the wall, Danielle and Terrence in the middle, and then Areli in 3. This is 50 splits on the board. Lane 4 is Leo Zong. See Leo in the white cap here. And then closest to us, lane 5, Zachary Schneider, Madison. Home pool for Zach. Red cap is Nazar. So this is Zach in black cap, Nazar red cap. And then we have Andrew and Ben. Those are 100 splits on the board. Low split 105 for Leo. All right, everybody has 100s on the board. All right, all the swimmers seeing 5s. It would be 5 lanes complete at the far end. We'll catch the turns here from this perspective. Again, this is our heat 2 of 2. 100-yard IM is up next. Everybody's turned at 150. Top right, I've updated the names. Those are girls in the first heat of that 100-yard IM. .200 splits on the board here. Leo 2:16.67 at that 200, splitting a 35.4. We'll be at the halfway mark on the right wall. This is Leo in 4, Areli in 3, just above him. That's lane 1 turning, Danielle and Terrence in 2. coming into frame there, lane 5, Zach Schneider. All swimmers at 11 lengths on the left wall. These are 300 splits. We'll go wide just so you see the field. Lead swimmer there in lane 4, Leo Zong. And we'll follow Leo on his turn coming back. This is a 400-yard turn. '15's going down. Should see Leo breathing towards us this time. '16 lengths, 400 yards. We're sorry, making you dizzy. Leo still splitting 35s. He'll take his 17th turn at the far end. Here he is into frame in the sun, sorry. It is overcast, but unfortunately the way the pool's situated, get the morning sun. All right. We're getting a bell here for Leo. $50 to go. Still in the 35s. 5:16 cumulative. All right, you see the remainder of the field also seeing red squares, 50 to go on that far side. We'll finish this with Leo here. Good kick into the wall, 32.9 coming home, 5:49. Second to the wall, Arali in 3. He goes sub-6, nice job. Came in 6:10. Awesome swim. 6:03 up there for Danielle. Came in 6:16. Great drop. 6:11 for Terrence. He came in 6:14. 6:00.65 for Nazar. Came in on a 6:13.98. That's a 13 plus. All right, so their announcement was the relay teams can get their awards. So 100-yard IM is up next.
Swimmers, if you are not in the relay awards, please move back to the block.
All right, so we're doing an award ceremony now. Oh, I don't know if I got him.
Right. Girls, the team from Metro Area Lifetime Swimming. In second place, team from Excel Swimming. And our champion, Scarlet Aquatics.
All right, Scarlet Aquatics takes the championship there. Event 17, girls 10 and under, 200-yard freestyle relay. I don't know where we're now. Somewhere back here. Here they are stepping up. Scarlet Aquatics. This is Hava, Anika, Johan, and Jamie. All right. Second place was Excel A, Emma, Ella, Zeno, and Alicia Ben. Third place was Metro Area Lifetime, Chloe, Dayudi, Alexa, and Annalise. All right, now they're announcing the boys.
Second place is the Star Aquatic.
All right, so first place, Excel Swimming, Leo, Alex, Manning, and Francis. Second place, Star Aquatic, Levi, Asian, Takara, and Jamie. Third place, New Jersey Race Club A, Ethan, Weston, Hunter, and Mark. All right, so first place was closest to us. They were up and down real quick. That was Excel. In the middle, you see Star. And then further away, third starting block is New Jersey Race Club. All right, we'll take a different, I don't know if we get a better view here with this. There we go.
Congratulations. Up next is the 100 IM.
All right, 100-yard IM, back to racing. Oh, shucks, wise. I just can't win with stuff today, folks. Sorry. Video cut out there for a second. All right, here we go. First heat, 200-yard IM. This is heat 1 of 6. Lenore, Victoria, Abigail, and Quinn, lanes 3, 4, 5, and 6. 25 yards of each stroke. Heat 1 of 6. Swimmers on deck are on the top right of your screen in that orange text. All right. Glad you can join us today. Sorry for a couple of hiccups along the way. Hopefully we're back and stabilized here, as they say. This is heat 1 of 6 of N18. Again, bottom right, the white text. That is our menu of events for today. Again, the numberings might be a little hard to follow because it flip-flopped with that 500 free. But we are now up to event 18. All right, we see the girls making their way down in breaststroke. They'll be turning with freestyle to go at that far wall. That is Victoria in lane 4, leading them home. Victoria goes low there, 125.15. Big improvement off a 128.70 seed. Nice job. 129 improving there for Abigail, down off a 131.4. 2-second drop there for Lenore in lane 3. This is our Heat 2 swimmers. Wow. Top right are the Heat 3 entries. Sorry, missed them already at the turn. We'll be on back to breast transition here on the right-hand wall. Lane 1, lane 5, lane 7 leading them out as they move into breaststroke. This will be the final turn. We'll go to freestyle here. Nave in 6, Poppy in 5. Lane 4, big turn there for Ellie Lee. Looks like Ellie's gonna go low in this heat. Came in 1:23.07. She goes 1:20.36. Nice swim. 2.8, 2.9 drop. That was heat 2. Here's our heat 3 entries. Names for 4 updated top right. All right, ladies at the 50-yard turn here. Back to breast transition. So the final turn down here. We'll go to freestyle for the last turn. Sophia in 6, looked first to turn. Big push there, lane 4. Zoe looks like she'll go low, followed by lane 1. Coco. Zoe on a 1:18.54, great swim, came in 1:21.94. It's more than a 3-second drop. Here we go with our heat 4. Names for 5, top right of your screen. Five and then 2 at that first 50 turn. That is Sonia, followed by Beatrice. This is heat 4 of 6. The names for next heat, top right. Lane 2, Beatrice, first to turn. Heat 4 of 6 in the pool. Names for 5, top right. Big push here from lane 4. That's Emma. Close one. Lane 2, lane 4. Low time goes to Beatrice. 1:18.56. Dropping 2.5. She came in 121. Low 121. Here we are with our heat 5. Five's underway. Names for 6 top right. We're going to get the names announced for that next heat, which is our final heat. Zuri, Claire, Ella, Anika are in the pool 1 through 4. Then we have Chloe, Brielle, Sydney, and Cora. At the 50, lane 7, first to turn, Sydney. 33-2 on the front half. And we'll see the ladies finishing up breast and going to freestyle on the left-hand wall. Four and 6, first to turn, Anika and Brielle. Freestyle home. Lane 4 is going to go low here. That's Chloe Zhang. I'm sorry, that's Anika Tip. Sorry, 115.4. Anika came in 118.33. All right, we're going to get announcements now. For nice swim there, ladies. 120 on the outside. All right, here we go down the line.
Lane 1 from NJSwimming Records. Lane 2 from Star Aquatics, Ava Ferrari. Lane 3 from Cooper Aquatics, Natalie Wing Sakha. Lane 5 from Seminary YMCA, Sarah Groves. Lane 6 from Lifetime, Beauty Kapoor. Lane 7 from White Warriors, Harry Khan. Lane 8 from West Essex, YMCA, Jennifer Chen. And our top seed from NJSwimming, Alicia Fred, whose favorite superhero is Batman. Thanks for referring.
All right, low seed there, middle of the pool, Alicia Zhang. I'm sorry, Alicia Ben, I'm mixing names, sorry. This is heat 6. Final heat for the girls, and we have 9 heats for the boys. First to turn, Alicia Ben at the 50, going to breaststroke, 32.7 on the front half. All right, final turn, we'll freestyle at this point. Looks like it is Alicia, followed by Dayudi. Keep an eye on lane 2, Hava. Hava with the big second half push. She looks to go low, 112.05. Came in 116.02. That's 3.97. Awesome improvement. Nice job, ladies. Again, unofficial finish order. Here we go for the guys. Heat 1 of 9. $117 on the outside, 16. Looked like everybody in that last heat had time improvement. I think Dayudi in 6 had about a second and change. All I saw, we came in 114.7. I just saw 113 up on the board. I don't know if it was high or low. Nice improvement. This is heat 1 of 9 for the guys. Alan, Kevin, Zaire, Venant, and Alexander are your swimmers here. We are right on schedule, folks. This was slated to start at 11:33. As you can see, top center, that little clock up on the wall showing us 11:33. First to turn there, Alexander at the halfway mark. Names for Heat 2, top right of your screen. Again, if anybody is home and you know somebody that's here, might be worth a quick text. Says if you're parked in the library parking lot, please move your car. So that's my last public address, and I'm going to take that off the screen during the next heat. This is heat 1 of 9. Alexander goes low there, 122. That's huge drop. Alexander came in 138.99. That's 15. That's more than 15. It's 16 plus. Nice job. That was heat 1 of 9, 140. Big drop there for Allen, too. And 2 came in on a 140. He goes 125. That's 15. Nice job, guys. This is heat 2 in the pool. Names for 3 are updated now, top right. If I do overlook a significant drop or a milestone, different areas of swimming, maybe somebody wants to break 120 coming into this event. While it might not be, something on everybody's radar, personally, if swimmers targeting that and, they break through that proverbial wall, please put it in the chat. Let me give them a shout out. All right, first to turn was Leo in lane 4. This is heat 2 of 9. Final 25, final leg, freestyle home. That is Leo in 4. Came in on a 126.6. He goes 121.06. That's 5.6. Nice job. Again, that was heat 2. Here's our entries for heat 3. And top right, the names for 4. Three of 9 in the pool. So just so if you weren't with us at the start, this is the structure of this meet is a timed final. So unlike some championships where the swimmers have what's known as a preliminary, in the morning they basically have to come swim and qualify for finals. That is not the structure of this meet. For the younger kids, it'd be a lot to swim morning and then evening. So next weekend when the older kids have their meet, that'll be the structure. It'll be preliminaries and then finals. This is just a timed final. So everybody comes in with the seed time, basically a time that they've swum the same event elsewhere. And then those are put in order, slowest to fastest, with the last group being the 8 swimmers in that final heat. But a swimmer anywhere kind of in this event could put a time up that qualifies for, getting points, which I believe is the top 16, or getting an award, a medal for, I think, the top 3. Definitely, I don't know if they're going all the way out to 8. Anthony goes low, 121.96. Came in 122.95. Here we are, heat 4. Entries for 5, top right in the orange text. Some of those previous heats, you might have seen that the swimmers didn't have a gold qualifying time, basically having that gold up there on at the end of their time. So if they had qualified for a gold time in an individual kind of a single discipline, maybe freestyle or backstroke, they're allowed to choose additional events. So that's why we saw some swimmers coming in not having a gold time, but few of them are leaving with the gold time, so congratulations to them. Again, this is heat 4 of 9 going forward. Everybody had qualified for that gold with a 122.89 or better. This is heat 4 of 9. Names for 5, top right. Coming into the finish, lane 6 going low here. That's Hunter, 122.23. I'm sorry, Hunter goes 118.68. Came in on a 122. That's high 3 improvement. Nice job, Hunter. And I mentioned it yesterday. All right, let's go with heat 5 here. Oh, all right. So the official said stand. Unfortunately, some swimmers, you get set. Next noise you hear, next thing you're ready to go. No DQs. Underway with 5. So I mentioned it yesterday. I try and verbalize or communicate swimmers that are improving significant time, right? Everybody's coming in this heat with around a 121. So I won't, I try not to. I don't say, Simon won, this heat. And again, yes, he might have had the low time, but I'm not going to say he won, really, because the target here is improving your time to the point to get to the top, group. So while you're competing in a heat this way, designating as a win, it's just really, I verbalize it as low time. So just took me a while to get to that point, but just so you understand how I'm talking and why I don't say winning, because in a sense, you really want to win out of all the heats, okay? And then that's how the championship is structured. Again, this is heat 6 of 9. Names for 7, top right. We're ready into the wall. Here's a big drop. Lane 3, 114.17 for Noah. Came in 121.05. That's 7. It's like a high 6, like a 6.9. Huge drop. Nice job, Noah. That was heat 6. 119, also dropping time. Nathaniel Kane, that was, heat 5. Came in 121, goes 119. So somebody that broke that 120 barrier, a couple of guys. Lane 6 also last time. That was Takara, came in 120.04. He goes 119. In the pool, heat 6, names for 7, top right. Lane 2 out with the lead at the halfway mark. That's Zai. So running order, Zahi in 2, Brian in 4, and Casper in 5. Add lane 3 to the mix too. Also, lane 2, Zahi goes low. We didn't get a clean touch. All right, I didn't talk about that, but he's sub 1, high mid 115s, maybe. Came in on a 120, so big drop there. Got to go look at that time afterwards. So on the board, you see the dot and the 0. So that just indicates that the backup time was used. So that's via the plunger that behind the blocks one of the volunteers is using. And that might have been pushed before he got to the wall. So that's what that represents.
We'll be presenting the award for the 500 free, awarding top 8 for the girls below 500 free. Make sure to make your way behind the block at the conclusion of the 100 items.
All right, so the announcement was the winners from the previous events. Please go behind the blocks. We're going to be issuing awards. Here we are, 7 of 9 in the pool. Names are updated top right for Heat 8. Pretty close across the board here. Aaron in 4, big second half push. Put space with the breaststroke, coming home with a strong free. He's gonna go low, 114.91, came in 117.40. Nice drop there. 3-second drop for Bart, up in 1, goes 115.65. This is Heat 8 of 9. Boys are in the pool. Names are updated for the final heat, top right. We'll get announcements for all those 8 swimmers. Lane 3, first to turn, that's Zach Schneider. .25 to go on this turn. That is lane 6, Ken Lee, first to turn, freestyle home. Ken came in 116.43. He goes 112.93. Nice drop. Second to the wall was Zach Schneider, 114.08 for Zach. That's a big 2.12. Nice job, Zach. All right, here's our read-offs. The names from the top right. There's 1, there's 2, Cougar. Lane 3.
Lane 5, New Jersey Flyers, Jordan Kahn. Lane 6, New Jersey Aquatics, Ian Chow. Lane 7, Star Aquatics, Levi Pippin. Lane 8, Excel Swimming, Alex Bacon. And our top seed from Clifton Seahawks, Lazar Acquisition, and whose favorite animal is Pat, Mr. Referee.
Okay, there's your low seed, Nazar. I apologize because some reason I have the logo for CBGC, but I have a typo somewhere. I thought I had fixed this. I apologize. I know I had this in the past. I just don't know what version of software that has it broken again. So I apologize to Nazar and the whole CBGC team. Final heat. Then we're going to 50 back for the girls, 7 heats. Jordan Hong in 5, first to turn. First heat of the girls' names updated top right. We have a close race here. 3, 4, and 5. What a push. What a push. Look at these splits. 107.46. Francis out touches him. 107.47. 1/100ths. Nazar second. 107.81. Great push there. Look at those splits. 36 coming home on that second 50. Nice swim, guys.
We will be presenting the awards for the 500 free laps and timers in front of us, please.
All right. All right, I think we're doing an awards. Great push, guys. Nice swim. 1:0 low time. 107.46. Out touches him by 1/100ths. That was lane 3, Francis Lee. Let's talk about that drop there. It came in 109.48. Goes 107.46.
The girls 500
All right.
in 8th place from Mama Barracuda,
Here we are announcing individual 8th place.
In 7th
Can you
place from
the rope?
Lonnie Vanilla. In 6th place from Scarlet Aquatics, Serena Rue.
Thank you.
In 5th place from Excel Swimming, Valentina Video. In 4th place from Whitewater.
That's fine. Just if.
Corey Hahn. In 3rd place from Excel Swimming, Zeno Ian. In 2nd place from Scarlet Aquatics, Papa Ferrari. And our champion in the 500 free from Excel Swimming, Emma Zhang.
All right. So this was event 2, Emma Zhang. Come on, it's like crabbing. Come on, Ocean County Y guy. All right, Emma Zhang, first place there in event 2 for the 500 freestyle. Second place, Hava. Third place, Zeno. Fourth, Carly. Valentina in 5th.
And after the boys 500 free, in 8th place from Bergen Barracudas and Granite.
We're looking for the boys.
In 7th place from Whitewater's Medley. In 6th place from Madison Area YMCA, Zach Schneider.
All right, so 8th place lines up on block 1, and then it works down.
In 4th place from Rebel Aquatic, Danili Gonzalez.
I will catch the guys. Oh, 8th place furthest from us, working down.
In 2nd place from Scarlet Aquatics, Aurelie Biotech.
This is Aurelie.
And our 2026 champion in the boys 10 number 500 free from Excel Swimming, Leo Zong.
Leo Zong, first place from Excel Swimming. And there's Leo getting his medal.
Congratulations, boys.
All right. I have the, don't know if we're doing more awards or we're getting into next event. So up next will be event 19, 50-yard backstroke, 7 heats for the girls. You see those names for the first heat, top right. Here's their lane assignments. Heat 1 of 7. All right, here we go. Again, this is 50-yard backstroke. Names for heat 2, top right. Event 19, heat 1 of 7. Two lanes to the pool, down and back for the ladies. Lane 5, Anya, low time here. She came in 39.5. She goes 38.3. Nice drop. That was our heat 1. Here we go, heat 2. Names for 3, top right. 2 is off. All right, so this event was supposed to go off at 11:55. We are right on time. So if you are concerned about what time we're finishing up, the start times are all in Meet Mobile. So then you can project a little additional time after that should there be some sort of hiccup. This is, though, heat 2 of 7. Low time, Caroline Veltri, lane 2, 37.5. Nice drop off at 38.6. This is heat 3. Names for 4, top right. Three in the pool. Names for 4, top right. First to turn, lane 6. It's Lily. Here we come into the finish. Lane 4, lane 6. Touch goes to lane 6, takes it, followed by Annalise in 4, 36.92 for Annalise. That's a big, she came in 38.6, nice drop there. Lily goes low though. Lily came in 38.48, and she goes 36.6, nice drop there. This is heat 4 of 7. Girls are off with names updated on the top right for the next heat. Keep an eye, top of your screen, lane 1. Do we have our first outside smoke call? We might. Emma Burke looks to go low. Nice job, Emma, out there. 35.6. Came in 38.3. That's 2.5. Yeah, about. That was heat 4. 36.2. Hudson in 4 goes 36.2. She came in on a 37.6. Nice drop there. Five is off. Names for 6 will get updated in a second. 7 total heats. So looks like lane 5's gonna go low here. That is Angie. She does 35-3. Dropping over 2 seconds off a 37.51 seed. Nice swim across the board. Everybody looked to be at or dropping. Everybody came in 37s mid. So nice swim there. Heat 5, great job. Here we go with 6. Seven will be up next. We'll get the announcement of the 8 girls in that event. Those names are on the top right of your screen. Close one, 4 and 5. The touch goes to Charlie in 5, followed by Beatrice in 4. 35-18, 35-30. All right, here we go with the announcements up in lane 1.
Lane 2 for Berkeley Aquatics, Lane 3 for Star Aquatics, Nina Schwartzbeck. Lane 5 from Summer Flying CA, Sarah Rose. Lane 6 from Star Aquatics, Sophie Wynn. Lane 7 from Jersey Aquatics, Sydney Wu. Lane 8, Jersey Aquatics, Lane 10. And our top seed from Hoover Aquatics, Natalie Wen Tatnab, whose favorite subject in school is social studies for recreation.
Okay, low seed time there is Natalie in lane 4, 32-13. Final heat here for this. Then we have 8 heats for the boys. All right, low time here is Natalie. She goes 32-7. That's just off her seat. Came in 32-13. Second to the wall was lane 6, 32-89. Sophie. That's over a second improvement there for Sophie. She came in 33.95. Nice swim, ladies. All right, here we are. First heat for the boys, 3 swimmers. Nice job, ladies. We'll see those final results. Again, unofficial, just because could be DQs and so on that I'm not privy to up here. So got to wait for the official results. All right, heat 1 is underway for the guys. This is heat 1 of 8. Names for 2, top right. All right, the guys have already turned. All right, here we come into the finish. Close one. Lanes 4 and 5, 39-7, 39-8-6. Connor goes low, 39-75. Nice drop off of 41-3. Ronov came in on a 41.6. He goes 39.8. Here we are with heat 2. All right, I mentioned it earlier, so you'll see that lane 8 is empty here. Again, the way the software works, it works fastest to slowest, but it doesn't want to put just 2 swimmers in that previous heat, so it pulls one down from here. So that's why we have an empty lane here. Heat 2 of 8 underway. Into the finish here, lane 2, 5, who's gonna be? 5 goes low. Luca, 37.63. That's a 1.3 drop off of 38.93. That was heat 2. Here we are, 3. Names for 4 will be updated now. All right. This is heat 3. Everybody on a 38.16 up to a 38.63, so closely matched here with seed times. Lane 5 going low. Leo goes 37.5, maybe a little bit better than that just because we had the backup. Dropping 3/4 of a second off of 38.38. I don't know if anybody's as old as I am, but 38 special seed time. Nice job, Leo, dropping off that. Goes to a, where was he, in lane 5, 37.50. Nice job. This is heat 4. Four of 8. Lane 1 and 2. Low times going to lane 1, 36.20 up there for Camille. Dropping a bunch off at 38.09. Nice job. Followed by Ethan there in 2. I'm sorry, Ethan in 3rd place. Second to the wall was Kyle. Kyle Kim dropping off his, right on his seat, 37.5. Heat 5.
Just a reminder of the conclusion of the 50 back will present the award to the Honda Diane. During top 3, employees of the Honda Diane, and coordinate the ladies on the box after the conclusion of the backstroke.
All right, into the finish here. Lane 3 looks to go low. That is Hudson, 35.38. Nice drop off at 37.01. It's 2.5. Here we go with 6 of 8. Six of 8. Names for 7, top right. Close one into the finish. Looks like lane 4 or 6. It is Manning in 4, goes 34-18. Nice breaking the 35 barrier by a lot, too. Drops over a second. Came in 35-63. Nice job. This is heat 7 of 8. All right, after this, we'll get the announcements going down the line, starting with lane 1. And then probably have some awards, I'm assuming, after this. Again, moving right along. After this will be 50-yard breaststrokes. Lane 3 going low here. That's column 32-62 for him. Came in 34-33. Nice drop there. Here we go. It's announcements. Let's jump. Nice job, guys.
Of the boys, 50-yard backstroke, and lane 1 from the YMCA Jim Store, Brandon Hopkins. Lane 2 from Madison Area YMCA, Zach Schneider. Lane 3 from Excel Swimming, Rio Tom. Lane 5 from Clifton Seahawks, Devon Richardson. Lane 6 from Brady Aquatic, Steve Dow. Lane 7 from New Jersey Race Club, Mark Pinto. Lane 8 from Star Aquatic, Katie Lane. Their top speed on the 50 bag from Jersey Flyer, Jordan Tom, who would like to thank his Tristan and Coach Ruben for guiding him to be a better swimmer. So that's the word.
All right. So hopefully that, why didn't that shut off? Hopefully that camera angle a little more straight on gives you a better perspective. Final heat. Oh, shucks, I did not. I put the wrong names up, folks. I feel terrible. Shoot. Why didn't that update? I put the wrong names up. Oh. All right. Real quick, let's just do this real quick and get back to the race. Sorry. I'll do that at the finish again. I had the heat 7 names up there. I apologize, guys. All right, Jordan Hong in 4. He goes low. He does 31-29. I apologize. Let's just show you the names where they are. Those were the seed times. He came right on his seed. I apologize to everybody there. Braden, Zachary, Leo, Jordan, Nazar, Ian, Mark, and Jamie. My bad. So that was Jordan Hong, low seed. He goes right on his seed. All right. Should see him behind the blocks here. Oh, I don't know if we're doing awards or not. I couldn't hear that as I was. We are.
From Rebel Aquatic, Riel.
So the names you see on the top right of your screen is the first heat for the 50 breaststroke.
And 6th place from Whitewater, Carly Hahn. And 5th place from Cougar Aquatic, Natalie Wayne. In fourth place, from Southern Area YMCA, Sarah
They're
Groves.
announcing 100-yard IMs.
In third place, from Metro Area Lifetime,
There's
Yogi Nicole. In second place, from self-swimming, Alicia Ben. Champion in the 100 IM from Scarlet Aquatic, Hava Kalali.
This is Hava Kalari from Scarlet, your winner for the 100-yard IM event 18. Alicia Ben was second. Dayudi third. Sarah Gobes fourth. You see those ladies here, right to left, or lane 8 working backwards. Congratulations. That was the event 18 results.
Congratulations, girls. Now our boys, 100 IM, top 8, in 8th place for Madison Area YMCA, Zach Schneider. And a tie for 6th place from Jersey Flyer, Ken Lee, and Star Aquatic, Levi Pippin.
This is the boys' 100-yard IM. That was Zach Schneider, and then we had a tie, Ken Lee, Levi Pippin.
Jersey Aquatic, Cyril Urmacov. In 4th for Jersey Aquatic, Ian Chow. In 3rd for Jersey Flyer, Jordan Hong. In 2nd place for Clifton Seahawks, Navarre Anderson. And our champion in the 100 IM from Excel Swimming, Francis Lee.
All right, and our champion stepping up there, closest to us, Francis Lee, Excel. Wins it with a 107.46. So that stood up, that 1/100th win over Nazar from Clifton, who swam 107.47. So just a quick rundown. First place gets 20 points, then 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, which was actually split because we had a tie there in 6th place. So the points are given out all the way down to 16th place. So contributing to the team awards. All right, here we go. 50-yard breaststroke, event number 20. So this was slated to start at 12:21. So I don't know if we're going to be taking the short break or not. It is 12:17 real time. Glad you can join us. If you were with us yesterday, thanks for that. Joining us then. All right, worked through a few hiccups, but hopefully everything's stabilized. You're enjoying the coverage. Having a lot of fast swims here, so kudos to the kids. Like to thank New Jersey Swimming and Madison Area Y for bringing me in to cover this. It is a real privilege and a pleasure. I will also be covering the older kids next weekend from Rutgers. All right, here we go. Let's get rolling. 50-yard breaststroke, event 20, heat 1 of 7. Underway. This is a 50-yard down and back. Looks like lane 2, Caroline Veltri going low, came in 44.9. She goes 43.13. Awesome drop. Here's our entries for heat 2. Names for 3, top right. Here they are under the flags. Close one, lane 2, lane 6. Touch goes to lane 3. I'm sorry, I can't count. Sorry. Annabella goes low, 42.7. Dropping 1.2. Nice drop. Heat 3. All seeds here were 43. Low time goes lane 7 on the board, 41.53 for Isabella. That's 2 seconds on, 2 seconds flat. Came in with the 43.53. Goes 41.53. Thanks for making the math easy, Isabella. Sorry. Heat 4. Everybody here, mid 42 up to a 43, low 43.02. Heat 4 of 7 in the pool. Lane 5 going low here. That's, yep. Amit goes 40.43. Came in 42.62. That's over 2 second drop. Awesome swim. Heat 5.
Can we please have a close New Jersey flag center come to the office? First New Jersey flag center to the office, please. Thank you.
The 5's in the pool. The names are updated for 6 top. No, wait. No, they're not. Now the names are updated for 6 top right. Looks like lane 5 going low here. Ella, she does 40.07. Nice swim. It's over 1.2 second drop. Awesome. That was heat 5. Here's our entries for 6. We'll get you the names for 7. We'll get those announced before they step up on the blocks. Those names are on the top right of your screen. Here we go with 6. All right, everybody here, like a 40.00 up to a 41. So anybody potentially breaking through that 40? Jennifer Chen in 3, looks to lead him out to the wall. Looks like we're doing it too. 39.01. Jennifer on the verge of breaking the 39. Great swim there. She came in 40.059. That's 1.5 seconds, folks. That's awesome. All right, let's go up. We're going to meet the swimmers here. Final heat up here in lane 1. Anika.
50-yard breaststroke. In lane 1, Scarlett Plotting, Monica Tin. Lane 2 for Excel Swimming, Alicia Ben. In lane 3 for Rebel Plotting, Brielle Zagula. Lane 5 for Princeton Tigers, Vanya Gavilla. Lane 6 from Scarlett Plotting.
All right, we're skipping 5. We'll get back our 4.
Lane 7 from YMCA.
I got behind there.
Lane 8 from Scarlett Plotting, Jerry Renaissance. On our top seed from Excel Swimming, Emma Zhang, who stayed in posting snack with sushi. Mr. Record.
Final heat. So the referee's saying clear the pool. So Emma Zhang, low seed, 35.5 here. Ladies are off. Final heat, heat 7. Names you see top right is heat 1 for the boys. Emma leading him out at the far end. That's lane 4, Emma from Excel. Into the finish here, Emma came in 35.57. Awesome, dropping on that, dropping a whole half second. That's awesome. Second to the wall was Hava, 36.7. She came in 38.7. These guys are doing, the ladies are doing me a great favor. She came in 38.73. She goes 36.73, 2 seconds flat. Great swim there, Hava, big drop. 39.4s on the outside, sorry. Yeah, unfortunately, we don't get a second to kind of go through everybody, but nice swim there. Emma takes the low C or the low time. Great job. 35.07, a full half second drop off a ready impressive 35.57. Guys are underway. Heat 1 of 8. So we're a little ahead of schedule, a couple minutes ahead. Heat 1 of 8 in the pool. Names for 2, top right. This is event 26. Again, the numbering is a little different, right? Because we mixed, it was supposed to be girls only, then it went girls, boys. Event 21 is on deck after this. Right, but we're on event 26 here. Heat 1 of 8 coming to a close. Looks like lane 3's going low, and he is. Max goes 43.17. It's over a second and a half drop off of 44.98. Nice job, Max. Here we are, heat 2 swimmers. All right, nice job. Low time there is lane 2, Jackson. All right, I don't know what that announcement was. Here we are, heat 3. The boys are in for heat 3. Names for 4, top right. All right, I'm just catching up on comments. I don't know, somebody posted a question, why is it so dark? It's a little challenging, as you can see across the pool with those windows. Get a lot of natural light, especially in the morning, because that's facing east. So it's a little challenging. Ideally, I think they did at one point put a little tint on those windows, but it is a little challenging environment. Ideally, shooting here at night is a lot easier. This is heat 3. Lane 1 goes low, 40-25 up there for Luke, dropping 4.1. Nice job, Luke. Next heat, heat 4. Names for 5, top right. 4 is underway. It's lane 4 at the far end. That is Richard Kang from Whitewater's first to turn. I'm sorry, that's not Richard. That's lane 5. I'm sorry, that's Julian. Lane 5 bringing it home. Julian from Monmouth Barracudas. Came in 43. He breaks the 40 barrier. Nice swim there, 39.89. Dropping 3 and change. Awesome. That was 4. Here's 5. Heat 5. Oof. That was loud. Five of 8 in the pool. Lane 3 looks to go low. He does. 40-64 for Ian. It's a second change drop off of 42.11. Awesome. That was 5. Here we go with 6. All right, 6 of 8 in the pool. Everybody above a 40 here. Let's see if somebody's going to break through that. Keep an eye top of your screen. Lane 1, the chip up there is being challenged by lane 5. Daniel goes low. He does break it, 39.6. Also, lane 8 goes 39.87. Nice job, Valen and Daniel. This is our heat 7 of 8. On deck after we have 100 butterflies coming up after a couple races. So let's get through this with the 50-yard breaststroke. Heat 7. All right, just Bart here above a 40. Everybody else 39 to mid 39. Bart's down here in lane 8. Lead swimmer, lane 4, Noah from Jersey Aquatics. Noah looks to go low, 37.26. Nice swim there, Noah. Came in 38.58. That's awesome. All right, here we then announce the next heat, starting with Zahai and then Krill.
Zahi Cameron from lane 2 from Jersey Aquatic Center, Cyril Rimmerhoff. Lane 3 from Jersey Aquatic Center, Ian Chow. Lane 5 from Excel Swimming, Francis Lee. Lane 6 from Whitewater Swimming, Brian Wang. Lane 7 from Jersey Flyers, Ken Lee. Lane 8 from Star Aquatic, James Lynn. And our top seed from Star Aquatic, Levi Pippett, whose favorite movie is The Grinch, Mr. Recreation.
All right. Low seed, Levi Pippett from Star Aquatic, 35.6. All right, as I mentioned, this is the last heat. Names you see up top are the girls. Up next, 100-yard butterfly is next. Lanes 3, 4, and 5. That's Ian, Levi, and Francis. Shoulder to shoulder, into the wall. Low time goes to Francis. 35.47, 35.63, 35.74.2 something separating them. Francis goes low, 35.47. That's about a half-second drop off a already impressive 35.9 seed.
We will now present the awards.
All right, we're getting awards.
In the girls' 50 backstroke, in 8th place for Princeton Tiger, Vanya Gamilla. In 7th place for Berkeley Aquatic, Monica Milla. In 6th place for Jersey Aquatic Center, Courtney Hank. In 5th place for Star Aquatic, Leah Stroska. In 4th place for Jersey Aquatic Center, Sydney Wu.
This is 50-yard backstroke.
In 3rd place for Summit Area YMCA, Sarah Groves. In 2nd place for Star Aquatic, Sophie Wen. And our champion in the 50 backstroke from Cougar Aquatic, Natalie Nguyen Sakov.
All right, Natalie Nguyen Satchov, Cougar Aquatic champion there. Finals time, 32.74. Nice job. 2nd place, Sophie Nguyen. 3rd place, Sarah Gobes. 4th place, Sydney Wu looking away. We'll count down, reverse, going back. Then we have Nina, Chloe, Lana, and Vanya are your
Nice job,
5th through 8th. Nice job, ladies. That was the 50-yard backstroke.
Now for the boys, 50-yard backstroke. In 8th place for New Jersey Race.
All right, boys, 50-yard back. 8th place, Mark Pinto.
In 7th place for Rebel Aquatic, Danili Donsal. In 6th place for Princeton Tigers, Callum McQuaw. In 5th place for Clifton Seahawks, Nazar Anderson. In 4th place for Madison Area YMCA, Zach Schneider.
Zach Schneider, hometown boy.
In 3rd place for Jersey Aquatic Center, Ian Chow. In 2nd place from Excel Swimming, Leo Zong. And our champion in the 50 back from Jersey Flyers, Jordan Hong.
All right, our champion, Jordan Hong here, Jersey Flyers, 31.29. Then we have Leo Zong, Ian Chow, Zach Schneider, Nazar Column,
Next swimming, boys.
Danil, and Mark. Oh, I'm zooming in too much. Congratulations, guys. That was the Event 25 champions, champion, and medal award winners. All right, moving on to Event 21, 100-yard butterfly, 8 heats. You see the 3 entries there, top right of your screen. I want to see the ladies. Since we have a second, we'll take a look behind the blocks. Here are the ladies lining up. Hudson, Catherine, and Eleanor. Hudson with the red cap. Pulling the goggles off, making sure who she's waving to. Scarlet swimmer there is Catherine. Summit swimmer is Eleanor. Here's their lane assignments for this heat 1 of 8. 100-yard butterfly. Gold qualifying time, 1:37.39. All right, here's another case. So I'll put up the names on the top right. Those are the heat 2 entries. As you see, lane 8 is empty. Again, just with 3 swimmers in this first heat, they didn't want to just put 2. So that's why we get that scenario. All right. It is 12:41 real time here. Just pretty much on schedule. If anybody has questions or comments, put them in the chat while we have a little downtime. The last race, which is the boys 10 and under 100 free, it's slated to start in an hour from now, and that has 8 heats with everybody in about a minute time. So if we wrap up by 2 p.m., project maybe. All right, here we go, event 21. 100-yard butterfly, 4 lengths of the pool. All right, with 3 swimmers here, I'll go into what I call grandma cam mode. So I can't do this all the time with 8 swimmers, but when we have a small field, we can do this. Hopefully somebody's out there watching, recognizing the face as they come up. All right, this will be a 50 turn. Leading them out is Hudson there in lane 3. All right. If anybody's watching on a large TV, a 50-inch or so, and it looks a little grainy, I am broadcasting this in high definition. So within the YouTube app, there's a little gear icon where you can go and then select your resolution. And then you want to choose either 720 or 1080 as the numbers that should be presented to you, and it should give you a crystal clear picture. Now, if you're watching on your phone or mid-sized computer, should not need that, but all helps. 126.7 for Hudson. That's she came in 138.79, big drop. Across the board, everybody dropping time there. 6 seconds for Eleanor, 1 second for Catherine in the middle in lane 4. All right, here's our second heat. Ladies are off. Heat 2 of 8. We'll try it here with this 7 swimmers. This is the 50 turn for the girls. Into the finish here. Low times, and it'd be lane 1, top of your screen. Missed you up there, Anastasia. Sorry about that. 128.59. That's a huge drop off a 136.50 seed. Almost 6-7. Call it almost 8-7. 8 seconds, like 7.9. Awesome. Next heat. Heat 3. Names for 4, top right. This would be our 50-yard turn here. Emma in 3, first to turn at the 50, splitting a 40-21 on the front half. .25 to go on this left-hand wall. And as they say, Emma's gonna lead it wire to wire. Emma's going low here. She came in on a 134.03. She goes 126.81. It's a huge drop there. Okay, that was our Heat 3. This is Heat 4 entries. Heat 4 of 8 in the pool. Keep an eye again, lane 1, top of your screen. That's Sophie going low here in Heat 4. She turning 50, 37.44. I'm going to feel bad. I gave Sophie the excited churn cheer there. Final 25. All right, Sophie, thank you for not letting me feel bad about the commentator's jinx there. She holds it. Nice job. Great swim. Sophie came in on a 132.84. She goes 122. That's 10.6. Awesome. If somebody's out there and knows Sophie, anything 10 or more is ice cream. So that's the way we used to roll. So good job. That was heat 4. Here we go with heat 5. There was probably other significant drops in that last heat. Sorry, I was moving papers around here. And I apologize if I didn't highlight those.
Only swimmers, coaches, and volunteers are allowed to do it. Parents, please go up to the balcony or in the hall. Thank you.
50-yard turn here. We'll be at 75 yards complete on the left-hand wall. Looks like lane 2, then lane 6. Annabelle in 2. Sabrina in 6. Close one here. Looks like 6 might get the touch. Sabrina in 6, she does. 126.01. Annabelle goes 126.82. Big drops there. Both of them came in 131-ish. High 4s, high 4, low 5. Nice job, ladies. That was heat 5. Here we go, 6. Six of 8. All right, into the finish here. Lane 2, lane 5. Lane 5 looks to go low. That's Chloe Zhang. She does 123.57. That's over 2-second drop for Chloe. She came in 125.73. Second to the wall was lane 2, Aria. That was a huge drop up there. She swam 124.81. Came in 127.09. That's over 2. Seven is underway. A couple late starts there. Ugh. Lane 3, I think. I don't know if anybody. This is 7 of 8. We'll get the announcements of each swimmer for the start of the next race. We're at the 50 turn. Lane 5, first to turn. That is Coco. All right, low time in this heat's going to go to lane 5. Coco came in 1:22.09. She goes 1:16.35. That's 5 plus. Nice swim. Second to the wall was Cora in 7.
Now swimming in the top heat,
Right.
the girls.
Let's meet our swimmers.
In lane 1 from Lifetime, Alexa Nicely. In lane 2 from New Jersey Sea Dragons, Andy Perez Vicente. In lane 3 from Lifetime, Rudy Nakul. Lane 5 from Whitewater, Claire Wu. Lane 6 from South Swimming, Elodie Yang. Lane 7 from Wine the Jersey Shore, Ellen O'Sullivan. Lane 8 from Whitewater's Audrey Long. And our top seed for the South Swimming Alicia Ben would like everyone to know that the girl is her father, Mr. Referee.
I can't see Alicia behind the block there. There she is. Final heat. 7 heats for the boys next. This is our 50 turn, lane 4, Alicia Ben. First to turn here, turning on a 33.4. Second to turn, Diudi, and then Claire. All right, we'll go wide in a second. It's Alicia coming into the wall. She goes 109.35. Awesome. She came in 110.11, breaking through that 110 number. Nice job. Second to the wall, 114.51, right on her. Claire improving a little bit. And third to the wall, 116.89. Diudi right on her seed. Nice job. Great swim there. 109.35. Awesome. 121 on the outside. Everybody else kind of on their seed, 118, 116. Yeah, so we don't get a long break in between wrapping up that and jumping in with the boys, so got to move right along. This is heat 1 of 7 of event 27. We have Thomas, DeShill, and Owen. Six swimmers in the next heat. Those names are updated top right. All right. So then we have the boys here. Then we have 100 free, event 22 and 28. And then that'll wrap up this session. So for any reason you're jumping off, thanks for joining today. This is Mike, Common Guy Sports. Hope you enjoyed the coverage. Sorry about the little hiccups at the beginning. got through it, and hope you're able to gain value from this live stream. So it's a real pleasure to bring the talented swimmers into your home or into your workplace or maybe into the car, depending where you're watching. Hopefully somebody maybe's up in Vermont enjoying some new snow. If you are, enjoy it. Who would have thought after we saw the weather we saw this week? All right, into the finish here. DeShill in lane 4. It's going low. Came in 139. He's going to swim right to that. Little improvement for Thomas and Owen right on his seat. That was heat 1 of 7. Here we are with heat 2. Couple empty lanes. And again, that comes down to just number of total entries and how it lines up with the 8-lane pool. That's Logan up in 2, first return at the 50. Followed by Adam in 7. Logan up there in 2, came in on a 137.24. We're dropping a boatload, folks. 121.90. Nice job, Logan. Same with lane 7. Adam swam a 123, came in on a 137. That's 13.5 second improvement for Adam. Logan's like 15 plus. Awesome. Here we are, heat 3. First return here is Camille in 2 at the 50-yard mark. He goes out 38.9. Final 25 here in this heat 3 of 7. Camille came in on a 133.76 seed. He's going low in this heat with a 126.6. Awesome swim. Second of the wall. Next to him was Alexander. Look at that outside smoke. We go 2, 1, 8. Nice job, guys. Lane 2, lane 1, lane 8. 127 up there for Alexander. Came in on a 135.12. Awesome swim. Heat 4 of 7. If anybody's wondering, I manually turn on and off those graphics, so they disappeared a little earlier than the start. So if you were judging why they got off the block slow, I shut the graphics off early. Some systems do it automated. Mine, it's manual. This is heat 4 of 7. Lane 4 swimmer Isaac, first to turn, 37.7. Isaac's from the Rebel Aquatic Club. .25 to go on the left-hand wall in this heat 4. Low time on the board goes to Hudson there, 124.3. Hudson came in 127.14. That's 2+. Heat 5 of 7. All right, so the official said stand. All right, heat 5 in the pool. This will be our 50-yard turn halfway. .75 yards, left-hand wall. Lane 1 empty, no Teddy Walters, sorry. One of the closer races all day that I recall. Everybody kind of swimming to their seed. Heat 5. Low time on the board, 123.27 to Liam. Came in on a 125.61. Nice job, guys. 123s, 124. Here we go with heat 6. Oh, shucks. Did I not update the names? I didn't. I had a little issue there. What the heck? All right, hold on, folks. Real quick, let me flash these names again if anybody's... There we go. All right, they're ready at the far end. I'll show you them one more time. Heat 6 in the pool. Names for 7, top right. Real quick, we'll show you those names again. Here they are coming under it. This is the halfway point. Heat 6 of 7.
Reminder, at the conclusion of the 100 fly, we present the award for the 50 seconds.
And we'll get announcements before the swimmers step up on the next race, the final heat. Up next, heat 7. Looks like lane 3, slight lead here coming into the wall. Chasing him down is lane 4. Lane 3 is Casper. 4, Aaron. 1 is Idemar. Low time on the board is Casper, 1:17.68. Came in on a 1:19.54. That's almost 2 full, just under 2. Nice job. All right, take you up top. And again, sorry, but we moved quick, so
The boys on the fly in lane 1 from Central Jersey
it's
Aquatic
Hudson.
Club, Hudson Lowenberg. In lane 2 from Jersey Aquatic Center, Cyril Ermapad. Lane 3 from Rebel.
I guess he didn't like the pronunciation.
Lane 5 from Jersey Flyers, Gary Hahn. Lane 6 from Jersey Aquatic Center, Kyle Kim. Lane 7 from Princeton Tigers, Alex Watt. Lane 8 from Whitewater, Camden Fang. And our top seed from Clifton Seahawks, Nazar Anderson, whose favorite food snack is strawberry.
I like the energy, Nazar there. Pre-race. Comes in on a 1:03.69. Awesome. Boys are in final heat. Names you see are the 100 freestylers for the girls. Heat 1 of 7 is next. A lot of energy, middle of the pool. We'll take you wide. That is lane 5, first to turn. That's Jordan, goes out 29.9, sub 30 for Jordan on the front half. Jordan came in on a 1:04.70. All right, with all due respect to the rest of the field, kind of got a little battle here, got to go with it. I'll go wide on the finish. Big effort, guys. All right, I think we got the touch there, lane 5. Jordan goes 1:03.8. 1:04.14 for Nazar. Awesome swim, both of you. Jordan gets under the 1:04 number with the 1:03.85. Awesome swim. All right, if we're going to the girls. Yep. Oh, we're doing some awards. Thank you. All right. I think they said we're going to awards for the backstroke, girls backstroke. Annika Tibb.
In 7th place from Scarlet Aquatics, Larry Robinson. In 6th place from West Essex, Jennifer Chen. In 5th place from Excel Swimming, Alicia Men. In 4th place from Princeton Tigers, Fabia Gavilla. In 3rd place from Rebel Aquatics, Miguel Gavilla. In 2nd place from Scarlet Aquatics, Ava Karali. And your winner in the 50-yard breaststroke for Excel Swimming, Emma Zhang.
Emma Zhang, champion, 35.07. Second place was Hava. Then we have Brielle, Vanya, Alicia, Jennifer, Zori, and Annika. All right, so first place was Hava, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth empty, seventh, and eighth.
Nice shot, girls.
It's amazing, dude.
All right, should have the boys. I don't know if you caught that behind the closest block, bottom right. Francis
And after the boys,
was able to take the Excel banner from Emma back to back. Here we go, 8th place.
Second place, the Hamilton Y Aquatic Club, Dottie Cameron.
There's 7th place swimmer.
In 6th
Zai.
place, the Jersey Flyers, medley.
Further away was Andrew
In
Brandt,
5th place,
Banich.
the Whitewater City, Brian Knight. In 4th place, the Jersey Aquatic Center, Noah Gadsden. In 3rd place, the Jersey Aquatic Center, Ian Chow. In 2nd place, from Star Aquatic Club, Levi Pippin. And your champion in the 50 breaststroke from Excel Swimming, Francis Leary.
There's Francis, our champion. Francis takes it with the 35.47. Just edging out Levi there, 35.63.
Nice shot, boys.
We'll work back. We have Ian, Noah, Brian, Ken, Zari, and Andrew. Congratulations to everyone. That was the event 26. Girls was 20, boys was 26 event winners. Move on to 100-yard freestyle. 7 heats for the girls will be the final event for the girls. And then we have 8 heats for the boys. So if you are jumping off, thanks for joining us today. This stream is available to rewatch later tomorrow. Interestingly, YouTube has added AI capabilities through their Gemini AI platform. So depending if you wanted to jump to a particular point, it can basically search based on what I say. I haven't been reading all the names, but it's an interesting use to go back and search for things. All right, while we have a second, we'll just jump down behind the blocks real quick. We can see 3 swimmers getting ready. Again, with the overhead starts, I don't get the liberty of doing this each time. It would be nice. And the swimmers aren't doing what, you'll see at the Olympics or college level. Of note, a couple things I got to say. So real quick, Anna Moshe graduated 2 years ago. She's a sophomore now at Virginia. She graduated, swam at Greater Somerset. Coming up is the NCAA championship. So Virginia as a team did very well at the ACCs, but coming up is the NCAA championship. So if your swimmers, Olympics a couple years away in LA, obviously as a young swimmer, you're going to look up to certain people, but as somebody that's, still in college, it's a great kind of person to look up to from the area of New Jersey. Obviously, Jersey has produced some great talents, on the men's side, Matt Fallon, the Alexi brothers, obviously, Destin Lasco, a few others. What's coming to mind? There's Westfield swimmers, Owen Weibel last year. He's down at Duke. Chatham swimmers, drawing blanks. Culps, one's at Duke, one's at West Point. So really talented swimmers as growing from high school age and on. One other thing I always say, if you've never been to a high school swim meet, unfortunately this year they're done already. You might, as a young, you guys might be, more experienced than I'm giving credit, but as a young swim parent, you might say, oh, all these swim meets are like 3 hours long. You go to a high school meet, it's an hour and 20 minutes. It's the most exciting thing ever. So hold out hope that there is something exciting down the road. But I just want to mention that. And then obviously with the Olympics in 2 years, it's going to be pretty cool, them being in LA. So that's that. All right, underway. We have Joy, Olive, and Maisie. Here are the ladies. This is 100-yard freestyle. This is a 50-yard turn. Names on the top right are the Heat 2 swimmers.
Go, 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 go!
Ladies will be at 75 yards. Complete will be the final turn.
Go, 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 go!
Middle swimmer here is Olive, and off to her right is Maisie coming into the finish. Nice job, ladies. Way to get this event started. Low time there, 1:20.24 for Olive. Dropping a second and a half off of 1:21. All right, into the finish. That's Joy finishing up. That was Heat 1 of 7. Here we go with Heat 2.
At the end of the 100 free, we'll present the awards for the 100 fly, 100 free, and the high point awards.
That announcement was there will be more awards issued at the end of these events. All right, first to turn at the 50 is London in 5, splitting a 34-36 on the front half of this. Final turn, we're coming home here. Again, this is Heat 2 of 7. Lane 5's going low. That's London. She goes 1:13.16. Right on her seat. 16. Heat 3. Why are we not getting logos? There they are. Names for 4, top right. 3 is in the pool. So medals are given out to the top 8. Points are given to the top 16. That contributes to individual and team awards. So again, somebody from one of these early heats puts up a great time. That could carry through to the top 16. First to turn there in lane 7. Valentina 32.82 on the front half. Lane 2 having a big second half. Annabella goes low time in this heat, 109.03. She came home 35.18. Dropping a bunch. She came in 112.13. She goes 109.03. That's awesome. This is Heat 4. Four of 7 in the pool. So any awards that are given out afterwards, I will stay on the air. We'll cover that. Anika there in 2, first to turn, 31:10. I'm sorry, Anika, sorry. I guess Anika is the proper pronunciation. Oh, I'm just hitting the wrong button. All right, looks like it's going low in this heat. Came in a 111 flat. Dropping a bunch. 107.7, nice. 3+. Awesome swim. Second to the wall was Coco in 5, 109.08. Second and a half drop for Coco there. This is heat 5. Names for 6 are updated. We're at the 50 turn, lane 4, first to turn. Angie from New Jersey Sea Dragons. Ladies are at 75 yards here with 25 to go. We're into the finish here. Angie's gonna go low time. Came in 108.97, drops almost 2 seconds. 107.01, great swim there. That was 5 of 7. Here we are with 6 of 7. Ladies are underway. Names for 7, top right. Sydney in 3, first to turn. Followed by Brielle in 8. And into the finish. Sydney in 3 is going low. Dropping 1.2, 1.1 off a 107.25. She goes 106.08. Brielle in 8 comes to the wall second, 107.45. All right, introductions for the final heat.
Lane 2 from Lifetime, Rudy Kapoor. Lane 3 from Cougar, Natalie Lady Top Cloud. Lane 5 from Excel Swimming, Zeno, Abdul William. Lane 6 from Scarlet, Hava Karali. Lane 7 from Princeton Tiger, Mona Gorilla. Lane 8 from Excel Swimming, Ella Liu. And our top seed for the 100-yard free from Excel Swimming, Amazon. We stayed over the
Final heat. Again, this is a little different, so it's not preliminaries and finals where that would be called kind of the A final. We're just honoring the 8 swimmers in the final heat. So that's why they're being announced. And again, somebody from previous heat can sneak into that top 8, top 2, top 1. All right. Just Emma Zhang here in 4. Came in on a 103.34. Next closest 105.37. Lane 6, Zeno. I'm sorry, Hava in 6, Zeno in 5. Now we'll take this to the wall. Looks like Emma's gonna go low here. Again, she came in 103. She goes 101.34. Big drop though for Hava, 101.47. She came in 105.96. That's 4 plus. All right, but our low time there, Emma Zhang, awesome and ready, improving on an awesome 103.34. I don't even have names updated, and they're moving on to the next. Shucks. All right, hold on. So this is the boys. Can't even enjoy that for a second. Congratulations, Emma Zhang, 101.34. Hava, 101.47. Both came home 31.89, 31.39. Awesome swim, ladies. Catch our breath. Start up here. Heat 1 of 8 for the boys. All right, we're turning at the 50 here. What do we have? We have Ivan and Denise leading out. All right, if you were only here to watch the women and you're dropping off, glad you can join us today. This is Mike, Common Guy Sports. Hopefully we catch you soon at another meet. Really appreciate Jersey Swimming and Madison Y bringing me in and providing the hospitality, letting me set up all my stuff and bring it to you. Names top right are the Heat 2 for the boys. Again, we're going to have awards. So after the boys finish up, so if you want to stick around or if you're in a hurry, you can watch it later. First to the wall, though, is Ivan there in 7. Came in on a 121.29 seed. He just went 113.90. Awesome drop. This is Heat 2. Second to the wall was Denise, 117.38. Right on his seat. Right, Heat 2 in the pool. First to turn, lane 4, Camille, 33.14 on that front half. Boys are at 75 yards complete. So I don't know if I've said it in this session, but this kind of shape where you have lane 4 and then 5 and 3 leading out, this is what you would expect based on the seating software with the faster swimmers in the middle. So we refer to this kind of as a chevron shape with that arrow. So 110.43 for Camille, sorry. That's 4.01 drop. Nice swim. Came in 114.44, 119, 116. Second to the wall was lane 3, 113. That was Watson dropping a couple seconds. Over a 2-second drop there for Watson. Boys in 3, swimming. Aims for 4, top right. All right, 3 of 8. Lane 4, first to turn there is Hudson Warren. All right, Hudson continues to lead at the 75. Here we are into the finish. Hudson's going low time here. Came in 111.54. He goes 107. That's like 3 3/4. Nice swim there, Hudson. Second of the wall, lane 3, Maddox. Maddox goes 110.22, dropping from a 111.54. Heat 4 in the pool. All right, 4 of 8. This is our lane 4 swimmer, Jamie Lynn, first to turn, 31.99. Boys are at 75 yards. Jamie brings it home, low time. Oh, sorry, that's not Jamie. Yeah, there's James and a Jamie. That's Jamie Lynn, 107.27. Nice drop, almost 3 full seconds off of 110.24. Awesome swim. Heat 5. Five of 8. Names for 6, top right. Valen in 7, leading at the 75-yard mark. Big efforts being put in here by these kids. You could tell from the kicks. Look at the whitewater. Valen's going to bring it home. Low time here. Came in 109.46. He goes 106 flat. Awesome. It's 3.46 drop. That's awesome. Heat 6. Six is in the pool. 6 of 8. Names for 7, top right. Hudson first to turn, 31.27 on that front half. The guys in the middle of the pool, big effort here. Lanes 3 through 7. Maybe lane 6. Zai, he does. He goes low, 105.48. That's a second and a half off of 107.10. Nice swim there. Heat 7 of 8. Oh, shucks, I fat fingered that. Sorry. 7 of 8 in the pool. Names for final heat, top right. Look how even this is across the board at the 50. 30-71, low split for Callum there. Followed closely, 30-91 by Jaden. Lane 6, lane 5. So still Callum and Jaden. Callum's gonna hold it, 103.68. That's huge drop off of 106.13. Awesome. We're announcing. Again, wish we had time to hang around, but final heat. These will match the names up top.
Lane 2, competitive spotting, Mark at Lane 3, figurative spotting, Ian Cow. Lane 5, from Excel Swimming, Leo John. Lane 6, figurative spotting center, Kyle Finn. Lane 7, from Madison area, YMCA, Jack Schneider. Lane 8 from Lifetime, Victoria Salvador, and our top seed in lane 4 from Excel Swimming, Francis Lee. So if you can have one superpower, you would like to control water.
All right. Low seed, Francis, 100.32. This is our final race, folks. All right, Francis in 4, Leo in 5, first to turn at the 25. Francis goes out 29.35, 29.78 for Leo, 30.87 for Kyle, 4, 5, and 6. Big effort, guys. 75 yards done, 25 to go. I'll go wide as soon as they touch. 101.06 for Francis. He goes low. Nice job, guys. 102.04 for Leo. Third to the wall, 103.37 for Bart. Awesome swim, guys. All right. So we'll have some awards to hand out. Again, everything on the board is unofficial. But low time there, Francis Lee, 101.06.
We will present the awards to the fly, 3 and the high point award in 5 minutes. The 3 is not going anywhere. In 5 minutes, we'll present the last 2 events and the high point award.
All right, so I have event 21 and 27. They'll be announcing. All right, so it's 1:45 here. Nice when this wraps up midday. All right. So they're just tallying up the results. Need to get all the potential DQs and then confer with all the manual times. So while the board is sort of the primary timekeeper, you need to determine if that is in sync with the hand times. So that is what's occurring. Oh, Team Scores is not in Meet Mobile. So I do not personally. It's good. I don't know why they weren't. Yeah, so teams, I showed Team Scores in there. Are they not being updated from today? I think they are, because I'm going into Meet Mobile, going back to the top, selecting the meet, going to Team Scores, and looking at Excel, choosing their high point getter, which was Zeno on the girls' side. And I can see that there's points in there. Wait, is there? Yeah, so she got 34 points for event 17, which is a 200 free relay from today, or the 200 free. So maybe refresh there, Matt. I'm showing you. Yeah, Nurse, I see your comment. Hava had a heck of a meet. All right, Matt. Cool. All right. Yeah, so it's nice that they are publishing Meet Mobile results without subscribing. It's not crazy. I think it's $20 a year, but still, it's nice that that is the mechanism. And the interesting thing, that is kind of used across the board, so you can go in there and, you know, find Katie Ledecky and things like that. I read somewhere she hasn't lost a race like since, like, I think 10 and unders or something. It's really, really incredible. So. All right, so just waiting on tallying of the times downstairs. If anybody else has questions or comments, I'll keep an eye on the chat. Again, I am covering.
We present the awards on the fly now. For the girls in the 8th place in their fly, Chloe 10. In 7th place,
All right, this is 100-yard butterfly.
6th place in Excel Swimming, Ella. In 5th place in the emergency carriers, and
I think that's Cora lining up behind.
4th place in lifetime, moving pool. 3rd place in start.
No, maybe not.
In 2nd place in whitewater, Claire Blue. And champion from Excel Swimming, Alicia Bed.
All right. So first, a lot of the swimmers aren't here, but Alicia Ben, first place in the 100-yard butterfly, 109.35. Claire Wu. And then we had Coco. Dayudi. There, third place would have been Coco. Oh, Maybe this is Claire. All right, so they are sticking around, just not at the blocks. So blue coat, Claire Wu from Whitewaters, our second place finisher. Gray sweatshirt is Coco. Dayuti in fourth place. Angie, red cap, fifth. And then we had stepping down up there is Cora.
Nice job, girls.
Oh. All right. Bring you a little behind the scenes here.
Now for the boys, 105. In 8th place.
This is the boys' 100-yard butterfly.
In 7th place, Central New Jersey, Hudson Loeffler.
8th place finisher. 7th place.
Kristen Snyder, Calvin Bob. In 5th place, New Jersey Aquatic Center, Highland Good. In 4th place, New Jersey Aquatic Center, Sierra McCall. In 3rd place, Rebel, DeMille, Comstock. In 2nd place, the Brooklyn Seahawks, Bizarre Position. And in 1st place, the New Jersey Flyers, Jordan Hahn.
All right. So Jordan Hahn closest to us, first place finisher, 103.85. Then we had Nazar in second, Daniil, Kirill, Kyle, Callum, Hudson, and Casper. Those are your top 8. Here is our champion, Jordan Hahn. Jordan, up here. See if we have more results coming. All right, next up's going to be the 100 freestyle for the girls, event 22, and then event 28 awards for the boys. Coming off the blocks were the award winners for the 100-yard butterfly, event 27. Gray sweatshirt was Jordan Hahn. Third place finisher, there is Danil in the turquoise shirt.
All right, we're ready for the 100 free awards.
I think we're going to go with event 22 now, 100 freestyle.
In 8th place, lifetime swimming, Julie McNall. In 7th place, from Excel Swimming, Ella Wu. In 6th place, New Jersey Aquatic Center, Sydney Wu. In 5th place, Kristen Tiger, Bonnie Marilla. In fourth place from Southern Area YMCA, Sarah Rose. In third place from South Swimming, Zeno Identity. In second place from Scarlet Aquatics, Papa Ferrari. And your champion from South Swimming, Emma Zhang.
All right. Closest to us, our champion Emma Zhang, 101.34 for event 22, 100-yard freestyle. Second was Hava. And that's Emma, Hava, Zeno,
Nice shot, girls.
Sarah from Summit.
And now for the boys, 103.
Event 28, 100-yard freestyle for the boys.
Jaden Zhao.
Starting with 8th place, Jaden Zhao.
Scarlet Aquatics, Aurelia Meinzer. In 6th place from Madison Area YMCA, Jack Schneider. In 5th place from Jersey Aquatics, Kyle Kim. In 4th place from Vincent Tigers, Colin McLaugh. In 3rd place from Petty, Bart Kavulowski. In 2nd place from South Swimming, Leo Zong. And your champion in the 100 free from South Swimming, Francis Lee.
Here's our champion, event 28, Francis Lee, Excel Swimming, 101.06. Second place, Leo. Then we have Bart. Oh, sorry, there's Bart. Third place was
Nice shot.
Bart. Then we have Callum stepping down in the black jacket.
And now we're going to present the High Point Award to the top male and top female scorer in the meet. Your girls' High Point Award winner from Excel Swimming is Emma Zhang.
These are the high point winners.
And your boys' High Point winner from Excel Swimming is Francis Lee. Congratulations, swimmers. Thank you everyone for coming. Good luck in the rest of your season.
All right. That's going to wrap it up. Excel Swimming takes it on both sides for the boys and the girls. 397. The girls dominated, 537 total. Scarlet, or I'm sorry. That's, yeah, 537. Second was Scarlet, 358. Third, Jersey Aquatic, 210. On the men's side, Excel, 397. Second place, Jersey Aquatic, 336. Jersey Flyers, 232. All right. So that's going to wrap it up. Nice job here from the timing officials was provided by Just in Timing. Great job by them yesterday and today. The scoreboard was not their fault. It was purely a software update on the Colorado platform. So that was why we didn't have scoreboard for the first relays. But great job keeping us on time and getting done effectively, efficiently, and that's what the swimmers deserve. Good job from Madison, the host team here. And this is Mike, Common Guy Sports. I'm going to wrap it up on that note. It is 2 p.m. here on a beautiful Sunday in Morris County, New Jersey. Quick pan around the pool. You can see the nice facility here. Again, really a privilege and a pleasure bringing this to you. We're going to sign off and hope to see you sometime soon in the near future. Take care. Have a good day.